Hello, this is Diablo 9333 with another production. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to create an advertising banner. So, to start off, I'm just going to show you what I created using this strategy. I created this. I have my text here, a gradient background, a white stripe going through it, and then a dark red at the bottom. So to start off, you're going to create a new project, or a new canvas should I say, and you're going to go File, New, and you're going to select the width 468, the height 60, and the resolution 300. And you're going to click OK. Make sure the background contents is set to white. So it's going to start a new one, which is going to be white, and you're going to make sure to select the gradient tool, which if you don't see what the gradient tool is, it will be Paint Bucket. Occasionally it will be Paint Bucket, but if not, it will be Gradient tool. So you're gonna and if it's set to Paint Bucket, left click on the gradient, the Paint Bucket, and hold it, and it should give you a screen that looks like this. From here, you can select whatever one you're gonna use. Okay, so before we start, we're going to select our colors. So in this case, I already selected a dark red for my basic color, and then and make sure you leave the other one black. Go to your layers and make sure your background is just set to a layer, not a background. So you're gonna go left click on it, and it should say New Layer. You're gonna click OK, and it's gonna turn it into a layer. Now you're ready. So you're gonna use the gradient tool, and you're gonna come across the screen just like this, and you're gonna press Shift to make your line straight. So as you can see, now I have a nice looking gradient color here. So all I'm going to do is create a new layer by going Layer, New, and Layer. You're going to select OK, and now you're going to make sure that layer's above the layer you just created, and make sure it's selected. Okay, so now you're going to use any color that's darker than the color you already had, and you're going to, so in this case I chose red, so I'm going to choose a darker red, and I'm going to use the Paint Bucket tool in this case, and now I'm going to Paint Bucket the whole thing red. So as you can see, now it's red, and now I'm going to go to the elliptical marquee tool, which if it's not set to elliptical marquee tool, it will either be a rectangular marquee tool, single row marquee tool, or a single column marquee tool. So you're simply going to hold it again and select elliptical marquee tool. Now you're going to go across from this side, right at the top where it's gray, and you're going to go down, and it's going to create a circle to the other side. It's going to create a half circle just like this. Now you're going to simply click Delete on your keyboard, and that should change it back to the gradient. So now you have that, and now you're going to create a new layer. Now, in your layer section, make sure the layer we just created is on top of the new layer. So in this case, I have my layer that I just created in the middle of between your gradient and between the one you just deleted. So now you're gonna go and you're gonna paint the whole thing white using the Paint Bucket tool or the brush tool. In this case, I'm just gonna use the Paint Bucket tool and make everything completely white. And you're just gonna paint the back here. You're gonna paint the back over here, just so the gradient's gone away. Now you're gonna choose the elliptical marquee tool again, and you're simply gonna go across, leaving a bit of white. Oh, let's try that again. we're going to use the elliptical tool the same way we used it, except we're going to leave a bit of white. And now, it's time to select. Press the delete key on your keyboard. So now you're left with this, and the only thing to do next is to do whatever you're going to do. So if you're going to insert an image, I recommend inserting it now. In this case, I don't need to insert an image. I'm just going to use the type tool, and I'm going to type in what I have to say in a different color. So in this case, I'm going to do green, and I'm going to choose my green now, and I'm going to click OK. I'm going to use the text tool and create and make sure it's able to be seen over here. And now I'm going to put whatever I'm going to put. So I'm going to advertise my website. And now I'm going to go like this. Well, make sure your text box is big enough. So let's try this again. So whatever frame you make, you're going to have to make sure it's big enough to hold everything. So let's try this again. Select a different tool. Okay, we're going to try this again, and we're going to select the one that's at least big enough. And now we're going to type. Now I'm going to type my stuff. So now you can select whatever, and your text will be there. So in this case, I like the fact that it has like it cuts off part of my letters because it makes it a little bit a cooler effect. It's not like every letter is shown. So in this case, I put my website, which is diablo933.co.nr. Now you're ready to save and use your banner whenever you need advertising. So in this case, I just showed you how to make a perfect one that looked just like this. Hope you enjoyed my lesson. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe.